Hello and welcome to the October full moon. This October on the 20th we have the full moon in Aries. Now, as you'll know if you watched my new moon report last month, the new moon came in and Mercury retrograde was happening at that point. We have, with this full moon, Mercury retrograde is going direct because it went direct on Monday the 18th. So we're moving out of that energy. That will take a little while, a few days or so. But yeah, that's coming out. So that's good. Because when we're in a new moon energy, having a retrograde can be quite a sticking point. So now that it's come out, even though we're in the full moon energy, it gives us time to be able to get back into space for when the next new moon comes up, right? So essentially it's a big event moon, okay, because we've got a little bit of a strange thing going on here in the sense that we've got Aries in 27 degrees, we've got the opposite obviously of the sun's in Libra, but right next to the sun we've got Mars. Now this is going to be creating some kind of almost opposition because it's stationed beside the sun, right? And Mars is the energy of the warrior spirit of that. It's the war energy, right? Okay, just so we know, it's the war energy, and having that opposite the full moon is going to have its effect, okay? So Aries is a dynamic energy. It steps into the go mindset. It's the sign of the initiator, and then it's got Libra next door, which kind of balances all concerned, right? So in the new moon energy, I was actually speaking about how things were stifled because of the retrograde. So, but it's imperative to remember that whatever springboard happened in that time, right? What did you start? What were your intentions? What were you stepping into? Because the Aries energy is about movement. So it highlights turns, it highlights new stories, it highlights choices, it's highlighting realization. You might have an aha moment, right? We are going to be leaving things. People will leave things right now. People might leave jobs, they might leave relationships, they might change direction. This is what the Aries energy can bring up. Now, if you are an Aries, that energy is going to be even more pronounced to some degree, all right? So you will feel pulled by this Aries energy. Aries energy is very strong. It has a very magnetic pull to it, very forceful pull to it, okay? It isn't about restrictions. It doesn't want to be held. It doesn't want to be controlled. It wants to move, and it wants to move now. All right, remember with the Aries energy, it is a great time just to take action. Basically, it's take action. Whatever you've been thinking of, it's the time for it, right? It's the time to at least start thinking about it, right? It's the sign of the doer. It's the sign of getting things done. To be honest, there is no room for ignoring anything with Aries in the picture, because Aries wants what it wants to get it, it doesn't think around it, it just takes action and it's there. That is the Aries energy. It's very strong, very powerful energy, right? Very, very powerful energy. It's an ambitious energy. You can't ignore it because it will tap on your door. It's an enlivening energy. It's going to awaken you to potential that's within you, that deep potential that's within you, right? So remember, the Libran energy is balancing this out as the Aries energy wants to push really, really fast. I laugh because I find the beautiful energies of the star signs so interesting. I find them very, very interesting. Situations will be illuminated under this moon, okay? You're going to see things, and it will be both sides because you've got the Libra energy there to help you, so long as you allow it to fuse and play with your own energy, all right? I look at it as in the Libra energy being in the sun, and it's this bright sun that's, showing everything up. But then you've got the full moon, which is it will be illuminating, but almost in that shadow aspect. So the shadow can make us a little bit confused and almost like we don't want to see it. So you almost don't want to see it. Despite the fact that it's being revealed to you, you might almost not want to see it. So this is about being wide-eyed, awake, and seeing the potentiality that's presenting itself, right? So we need to move into more balance, obviously, like, you know, with the Libra and Aries. And we also need to be careful of the opposite of the Aries sign. Now, the opposite of Aries is anxiety, agitation, anger, frustration. There's control issues there, right? And, you know, in that sense, the Aries energy can be heavy. So to watch out for that heaviness, which will come in on the 20th, which is tomorrow, and it might come in and it might start affecting your energy field, especially if you are an Aries. Do watch for that. Although it can be good for the star sign, sometimes it can actually have the reverse effect for the person in those star signs. So it's just to see which side of the coin you kind of end up on, and to be aware of that so that you can make changes in the right way. Now, the theme of the activation for the Aries full moon is power. So what comes up in your mind when you think of the word power? What is brought up for you? As I say that word, power, what is coming up for you? Because on a personal and a collective level, power is going to be highlighted here, right? It's being put under almost a magnifying glass, right? So it's everything that we think and feel, yeah? So imagine the sun is filtering through that magnifying glass and it's burning away with that fiery Aries energy. We've got Mars as well. So that kind of burning away of things. So what no longer fits in with the design has to go. So it's about taking responsibility. The taking responsibility here is across the board, but individually for you. If you take responsibility now, it's going to make it easier on you in the future. Okay, so what's going on out in the world is going to start reflecting back at you, right? So take notice of what's actually coming up for you in your energy field. Are you ready to let go of the beliefs and thoughts and limitations that have been holding you back and start from a space of honesty and deep truth? Are you willing to do that? Because this energy of Aries really increases the potential of really facing up to yourself and using that and fusing with that, right? A word of caution here, yeah? There's a little word of caution. If you ignore the pull of the Aries energy and the momentum, you might find things get a little bit tricky for you. So you might fall into a negative aspect of Aries or feel stuck. So you might feel indecision gets highlighted. So watch out for that, because you'll find then that you're almost tethered. So it's almost like you're leashed to situations. Like you can't pull yourself out of those situations because you're actually being integrated with the negative aspect of Aries energy. Yeah, so watch out for that. So I'm seeing the activation of the infinity through the date that's been presented with the 20th of October, right? Please do watch your finances around this time. Very specifically, do watch your finances, okay? And be really careful there. I'm seeing the activations also of being able to really harvest that, which is good, so long as you're able to do it. So it's like this, right? Think about the harvest. Think about what we sow, we then harvest, right? So whatever you're going to sow from this point forward is whatever you're going to harvest. So you've got harvest from the last period, and now it's going to be whatever you're going to sow now is going to harvest later. Be aware of what you're sowing. We really want to get the best out of the intention that we put out into the world, okay, and what we do. Remember, obviously, that this is a full moon, so it's about releasing, letting go, and taking anything that no longer fits in our world and removing it, right? And then a new moon will bring in the energy of being able to start something and intend something, right? So everything is going to intensify, and this is going to be on a collective, global, individual level, right? Be vigilant, because you've really got to be vigilant right now, because the frequency we choose right now is going to be the frequency that stays and plays with us for quite some time, okay? So what do you want to represent? Who do you want to be? Who are you going to be moving forward? Think of it as being called in a direction. Which direction are you going to choose? Are you going to be on the side of love? Are you going to be on the side of fear? which direction is going to come through for you, because this is going to be very, very instrumental in the next 6 months of your life, right? It's recommended that you tap into the love energy, nurture yourself, take care of yourself, give love to yourself, and make decisions from your space that you create in that aspect of clarity. So with love energy, right? Do that. Be that, right? Also, I want to point out there's a lot of cardinal present here. We've got a lot of cardinal, very powerful energy building in leadership, right? So it's being really highlighted. So you're being given that opportunity to step into your leadership qualities. Remember to be in that leadership quality in the positive aspect rather than negative. Because remember, with all of this, within all of these moons, there is always the chance of falling into the negative as well as the positive aspects. So we have to be really, really careful of that, right? So just be really, really aware, right? So I call this almost like the ace in the tarot card. The ace in the tarot card is a beginning. So something has to end, something has to be purged, something has to go in order to move into the new beginning, right? Yeah. So that is something to be really, really aware of. All endings are new beginnings. Just be aware of it. Just remember it, okay? So when I bring this up, I kind of liken it to almost releasing a balloon, like a heavy lead balloon that you're holding on your back, but this one's got fire in it, right? So think of it like an air balloon, right? So you need to cut the cords of that, and you need to let anything burn away that no longer fits in with your new worldview. And what I mean by new worldview is your truthful worldview, your real, honest, authentic worldview, whatever that is, right? Whatever that is. Be authentic, be truthful, really give rise to that, yeah? So, remember, because this new moon energy and then the full moon energy is about us kind of revealing what we've almost been avoiding. So this is what has happened here. All that was maybe hidden coming out into the full arena and showing itself up. I mean, it's been happening quite a lot this year in general anyway, but this is going to be like catalyst, because Aries is so go, 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 and so momentum inducing. Yeah. It's a beginning, so tension might build up, right? So I think of that fire energy. You start a fire, it can start quite small, but it can rage out of control. So we want that energy to be managed. We want it to be managed in the sense that we can use it to purge and let go. And we've got a few months in that energy, right? So this is about creating through letting go. It's about creating to knowing what doesn't work. It's about creating to, just purging, transforming, releasing. That's what we are looking at here, all right? As you know, I've got my notes. I've always got my notes. I'm so sorry about that rustling. So the question really here is, are we able individually and collectively to let go of control? Can we surrender? Can we surrender to this energy? Can we surrender to creating from openness and spaciousness? Even if something bothers you, can you really tap into knowing what that is for you, right? So remember what Einstein said, that we can't solve a problem from the same thinking that got us there. Now I say the same energy that got us there, because if we keep using the same energy in our interactions in life and situations, and even when we have these problems, we're going to keep creating the same old, right? So just remember right now your boundaries, relationship healing to create balance, tackling any misunderstandings, secrets, any kind of hidden stuff, shadow aspects that may have come up during the retrogrades, because we had a lot of retrograde energy there, right? So, just be aware of that and let the moon illuminate what that is for you. So whatever's bothering you, let the moon illuminate it for you, okay? And make sure that you're really being open to what you're being given as a message, right? Now, with this going on, what I would say is step into creativity. Through that openness and spaciousness, step into the creative element. What can you create from this space, right? What can you start creating from this space. Stay in the flow energy of that messenger and that information that comes to you. Be strong, be joyful, be in the energy of just joy, real joy, right? And trust. But remember, your truth is really important here. So around the 26th, there is going to be a bit of planetary conflict arising. So, and it could bring up like a sense of uncertainty. So I would say give yourself like a couple of days to see what comes up, then allow that energy to clear so that you can move forward in a much better way, right? So just give that. So I want to draw your attention to the energy as we move forward to the end of the month, okay? Be prepared for maybe feeling a little bit tethered, a little bit held back. That might come up, right? And this is to go back to that idea of the frequency, go back to how you're working with the energy and what you're feeling. Energy is what you're feeling, okay? Think slow progress, right? And allow the energy to help you to move forward, right? However, make space through that pause, reflecting, right? So it's kind of refining what you're doing. So what did you think? And does it need to be re-looked at? Do you need to change it a bit? That kind of thing, right? And so collectively, Aries will open up thoughts around freedom. We are looking at freedom here. So you can imagine how that's going to present and play itself out maybe. So think about that in the individual aspect and collective aspect and how it feels for you. Okay? Really, really, really look at that. There is a lot of squared energy around, which, you know, in this chart, to be honest, and so that might bring up some kind of crazy moving forward, kind of combative, almost combustible energy, and kind of angry energy. And obviously we've got Mars there as well. So watch yourself and tap into the Libran peaceful energy. It's available to you, so really tap into it, make use of it. You know, say to yourself, yes, this is what I have to do, but I have this balance energy that I can cultivate and use in order to create from here, right? So let the truth reveal itself to you, okay? Just let it, just from that clarity and understanding, let the truth reveal itself. Remember, the Aries energy is about living in authenticity, okay? To support one another from the I perspective. And then you can create harmony through the way of the Libran energy. You can do that, right? So that's what this is about. It's about being individualistic, yet also recognizing, using the two energies to fuse and play with each other to create more harmony within itself, okay? So we're being asked to create from the death of what is old and to resurrect and regenerate new structures. We are being asked to denote new structures within our lives, and that is individually, collectively, globally. We're being asked right now to really be honest, and this really does tap into truth. It's really important, the truth element here. Without the truth element, we will really end up tapping into these negative aspects of the Aries energy. And then coupled with the confusion of the Libran energy, that can make quite an uncomfortable space, right? So to wrap it up, this is the time to get what you want. Okay, it's the time to get what you want, to push forward, to start something new, right? Embrace the energy that can help you to get it done in a very, very balanced way, kind of leaning into that Libra energy, leaning into what that means. Tap into love energy and harmonize everything, right? Ground, this is really important, ground your root chakra, because we need to be careful of being secure and stable in this very fiery energy, like my red top. They're all red for the reason of this fiery energy, because if we're not careful, it's going to be like kind of holding on to something that's moving really, really fast, and we're going to feel like we just can't hold on. So it's about recognizing that, yeah. Tap into strength, to power, to courage, and ignite all of your passion. And, you know, really tap into that Aries determined spirit. It's such a determined energy. Tap into that and let that work for you. Let it really, really work for you, yeah? And remember, if you're struggling over the full moon and you feel that you can't sleep, or things are going on for you, or you're ruminating about something, then this is the area, right, you need to work on so that you can gain clarity. And there you go. That is the October full moon report. I hope it's helped some of you. Stay in your center, be really loving towards yourself, and really step into the changes that you can make right now with this powerhouse going on. So namaste everyone, take care of yourselves, and I will see you soon. Take care, lots of love. Bye. Kisses. Bye.